So, hey guys, this is the Whispering Echo, and as you can see by my clock over there, it's 3:03 a.m. and it's very late, and I just can't get to sleep, so I thought, since I haven't made a video for a while, I'd make this one, just to sort of let you guys know what's been going on. I say you guys, but I haven't particularly got any, well, I have a couple of followers, I think. I don't want to sound like I'm being arrogant, so I wouldn't say for sure. So, for those of you who might have seen my comment on my last video, I said that my headset broke. And, well, so I'm just going to put the iPhone down. I'm recording this with my iPhone. I'm just going to put it down a sec. Okay, there we go. So what actually happened is, I had this headset. It was Turtle Beach P11s, I think it was called. And long story short, they weren't exactly very reliable. I had to replace them at once. And when they broke the second time, it was basically the wires weren't very solid and just kept disconnecting from the volume hub. So instead, I got myself a pair of wireless headphones on a headset for the computer, and discovered that the microphone isn't actually compatible with the computer. So I wasted my time there. Just my luck. So I thought that I would record with my iPhone. I've seen a few people do it before and it seems to have turned out okay, so why not? So, things to talk about. I have a few topics in my mind, but I'm not particularly sure that any of them are interesting as such. I'm actually deaf right now. I've had a problem with my ears. I had a problem with my eardrums ever since I was young, and every now and again they sort of malfunction. Yeah, I don't know. It's strange. I have to visit the doctor tomorrow. I'm not completely deaf, but mostly I can't really hear myself talk, so I'm not sure if I'm talking too loud or too quiet, so this video may not turn out too brilliantly. But yeah, I'd like to talk about YouTube today. And, well, yeah, just to talk about YouTube. So, I think, I'm not too sure, but I think YouTube's been running ever since 2005 or 2006. I may be completely and utterly wrong. That's as far as I can remember. Anyway, that's when I discovered it, in 2006. The only reason I think that is because I typed in on YouTube the oldest video on YouTube, and it came up with a video about some guy in a zoo, and it said 5 years ago. So yeah, that was a couple of years ago I saw that, so I'd say 7 years ago now, I think. But yeah, anyway, the reason why I want to talk about this is because I've been searching through some old channels on YouTube, just some random channels. I'm just watching really random stuff, really, nothing in particular, just flicking through people's channels, seeing what's up, and it's really sad when you come across those channels where it says they joined in like 2006 or whatever, and then their last activity was like 2012 2007, and I don't know about you guys, but I just stop and wonder, what on earth happened to them. Some of these mysteries on YouTube where people say they were going to make another video and then they never did. Especially here in the whispering community, I find that happens a lot. People just seem to, they make another video as if it was any other video and say that they're going to make another video. And then they sort of leave with no explanation, and it's kind of sad. I know maybe something came up, maybe their computer broke, or maybe they've got family troubles and they just never really had time for another video, I'm not sure, but it makes you think. Well, it makes me think. I wonder if you guys feel the same sometimes. Maybe you do. So also one of my friends on my other channel, he seems to have stopped making videos randomly, just like that, and we often chatted a lot. I'm not going to say who he is, but he would often make a video. He was a really, really funny guy. He was really he was a really good comedian. He was another British guy, but he was really, really good at just being funny. He just sort of stopped all of a sudden, and that was about a year ago now. Haven't been heard of since. I don't know, maybe it sounds like I'm talking a load of rubbish to you. Maybe you just think that I'm being silly, but maybe I am. I don't know. So, it's 2012. I apologise for not making any sort of Christmas video or New Year's video. I wanted to, but I didn't have a headset to do it with, and I didn't actually have this phone at that point either, and I didn't really want to make a video with my old phone because the quality is awful, really awful. So I hope this is okay. I know all you're looking at right now is black, darkness, because it's night time in my bedroom. So hopefully this year will be slightly better. Last year for me was a very boring year. Not really much happened in the way of good things. I had a very boring year of college. A very boring year all round, really. I mean, not much happened this Christmas. On New Year's I went out and got quite drunk, the usual. Sort of staggered home about 3 in the morning. And then I watched a film about the Blues Brothers, and I sort of remember waking up in the living room at about 4 in the morning. I didn't get too bad this year. Normally I get very, very drunk and end up being sick everywhere, but I really didn't fancy doing that this year, so I sort of calmed myself down, which I think I'll stick to that now. I hate being sick after being drunk. It's just horrible. I mean, I don't even drink very often. It's just special occasions, but I always find that I go too far. So I decided to sort of, I don't know, I drunk through the night, and then I sort of stopped and thought, okay, I'm just going to let myself sober up a bit before I go home. Just sort of chilled out, chatted to a few friends outside the pub, and then just went home. So it's all cool. And then I've just been sort of lying in, going to bed at 2 at night and waking up at about 12. It's sort of been the routine for me this holiday before I go back to college. And then it's just boring. I don't know, college for me is really boring. All of my classmates are just, all they do is sit around feeling sorry for themselves. They never do anything fun, none of them ever stands up and say, hey, how about we go and see if we can play football? They just sit there texting on their phone with long faces. I mean, I don't really like them, to be honest. I I miss my old mates from my secondary school. You know, they're all fun. Often, at college, I often found myself wandering off to a computer room and just watch YouTube videos when I got free time, because I really can't be bothered to hang around with boring people. I know it sounds like I'm just going off on one about them, but yeah, maybe I shouldn't talk about people behind their back, I don't know. I mean, they're alright, I mean, they aren't mean or horrible, they're just boring. But luckily the college has got a lot of computer rooms. I mean, sometimes when I go in on days in college and then I discover that I've got a free day, I go up to a computer room and literally spend 7 hours, my whole college day, just watching YouTube videos. Call me crazy, but that's what I like to do. There's nothing better, there's nothing I like to do more than just watch YouTube videos all day. I could do it for hours. Of course, I actually don't, because then I'd find myself becoming very unhealthy. I do exercise fairly often. Well, I try to anyway. Because I'm quite a heavy gamer. If you've watched my previous videos, then you'd know that. I play on my PS3 quite a lot, and on the computer quite a lot as well. And so I often go out for a run. Well, I try to sometimes, I just can't be bothered. Yeah. So, in the gaming world, not much has happened. I bought Saints Row 3 before Christmas, and I don't really like it, to be honest. It's just, I prefer more realistic games, and Saints Row is one of those, like, sort of jokey games where, I mean, it's not really meant to be taken serious. It is quite fun, but the fun doesn't last very long for me. I prefer realistic. And I haven't really bought any other new games, to be honest. I'm playing a lot of PC games on Steam. I just bought the new DLC for Dungeons at Dreadmore, which is a really cool rogue game. If you haven't checked that out, I highly suggest it. It's really, really cool. It's one of those sort of roguelike games where you often end it with you dying. It's really, really cool. It's like you just wander through dungeons that have been randomly generated, and it's different every time. It's just really, really cool. It kind of reminds me of a Powder, which is a very similar game, but I think that's slightly older. I used to play that a couple of years ago. I've still not got driving lessons. I've still not got any driving lessons planned. I'm almost 18 now. Well, I become 18 in August. I'm probably just going to get a slightly bigger bike, because insurance is just too much for a car. It's ridiculous. So I'm just going to look to get a slightly bigger motorbike. Instead, I'm currently driving a 50, a scooter. It's quite a nice scooter. It's actually got a stereo in it, which is quite strange for a motorbike. Yeah. So yeah. Wow. So I often find myself just not doing anything recently. Having empty days. I still can't find a job. It is so hard for a young person or someone of my age to find a job in Britain. I mean, you may just think I'm making excuses and think I'm lazy, but I mean, I am lazy. I mean, I can't deny it, but it is so hard to find a job. It is ridiculously hard. Everyone you call, everyone you send an application to, just never gets back to you, and is so annoying. I mean, the least they could do is send a thing back saying that they don't want you. So yeah, anyway, I've just realised we're coming up to 15 minutes now. So thank you for watching the video. Thanks for the comments, and yeah, I'll definitely speak to you guys soon. Okay, cheers, bye.